back the program. This is still Good Morning Kenya. Time for our second conversation on our Entertainment Thursday segment. My guest on set is Carolyne Wambui. Good morning, Carol.
Wambui. Good morning.
Wambui, isn't
it?
Yeah. Like Wambui.
Wambui.
Wambui mwingine ashafurahi pale afikira ni yeye. All right. So, Carol, I just want us to talk about background.
Yeah.
You know, how your background, environment has shaped the kind of content you create, much as it's gospel. Because your environment, background, it really plays a big role. It influences, you know, the kind of content that artists create.
Yeah.
Maybe you can begin from, you've been doing it for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah,
I've been doing music.
Yeah, I started 10 years ago, then I took a break, and then now I'm back again. Yeah.
Is that a thing with female? Because actually, most female artists that I get to talk to, that is a narrative that I have been doing music for maybe 3 years or 10 years like you.
Yeah.
I'm at 6 years. Then I took a 2-year break.
You know, with women, to ukishaanza familia, you have to just take a break. You know, for a man, whether you start a family or not, you just continue with your life. Lakini for ladies, you have to be mother first, and
I feel like you know what you're saying. I feel like it could open a very different conversation altogether.
Yeah, true.
But maybe let's not move that way because we might deviate from our core and focus. But I mean, just sort of saying, okay, that could make a lot of sense. That you know, when you become a wife or you become a mother, then you have to pause a bit and maybe go be a wife or go be a mom. But what happens to consistency? Because unajua kwa usanii wanasema kwanza kwa muziki, consistency is key. I mean, when you go for 3 years, 4 years, you even forget that you existed.
Yeah, it's hard, but sometimes there's nothing you can do. Yeah. You just let things be. Yeah.
Ukishaamua I want to be a wife, I want to be a mom. You just choose to.
You have you know Kikuyu say dogeruga nyogo igere. You can't cook here and here. Moja itaungua. So it's your choice to decide. Do you want to continue with your music? Uache mtoto sometimes uko mbali, you're not breastfeeding. Or uachane na muziki kidogo, haitaenda mahali. Ule kidogo, akifika mahali fulani, you just go back to your music. Aki,
the more unasema hivyo, the more I'm trying to avoid this conversation. But anyway, let me just throw something in. So then, does it mean that you can't have it all together, or you can have it all together, but not just at the same time?
There are some people who can do it. It depends with you know, people are different. You can do both, but kuna moja tu itaungua.
At your time kuna moja itaungua kiasi.
Kuna moja tu something will happen. Ama you give it time. Hii unafanya kidogo, then unatulia, unafanya kidogo, but you can't neglect ati uzishikilie zote. Moja tu, there's something will happen. You can't be.
So it's a question of choosing at this point. What do I want to do? At this point, maybe I want to be a mom. At this point, I want to be a wife. At this point, I want to do music. Then that actually means you can quite have it all together. Only that at this point in time, it's music that's dominating. At this point in time, it's being a wife. At this point in time, it's being a mom.
Yeah, you have to plan yourself.
Okay, it's all about planning.
That's been a woman.
So it means that we do not need to castigate and save, especially female gospel artists are quite consistent. We just need to understand what really happened.
Ukimkosa, there's something she's doing. She's not just lying somewhere ati meachana na muziki. No. Yeah.
So we need to understand that maybe at this point huyu mtu kuna vitu zingine pia anafanya which are also very important. Okay, let's go back to music. 10 years being in the gospel space. I mean, and I want to say this because
not gospel.
Music. Just music as a whole. So are you doing a different form of music before? Or
I just did one song that sounded gospel. Inaitwa Kesho di Sunday, but I'm not a gospel artist.
Okay. Just music as a whole. All right. Okay, quite interesting. So 10 years in the music space. How has it been like? How has that journey been like?
Well, I can say like I've grown with the industry because the industry is changing in a very
very dynamic.
Very high rate. Where we were 10 years ago, saizi it's totally different. People are doing quality stuff. Saizi competition iko juu. If you do something funny, you're not going anywhere.
I don't know why I imagined you are a gospel artist. I just don't know.
because I'm nice like that.
Imagine. Okay, so you're saying that the industry, the space is becoming more dynamic. So kama unataka kupenya pale, you have to give us quality.
Yeah, you have
What is
to.
Quality?
Quality, you see, it's just like any other business. Kama unauza matunda, usilete tu matunda mbaya mbaya. Unachukua kamera na unazipanguza. So don't just do a video ama audio funny. You have to get, if you are going to do that, wacha tu. Hakuna haja kupoteza pesa because the music will go nowhere. Saizi si siku zile za kubahatisha. Yeah.
Because I mean, people can actually do quality stuff, so you also have to be out there doing something very good and quality. All right. You had also mentioned that your background, and that's actually why we formed this, you know, conversation around how background influences the kind of content that artists ama musicians wanaeka pale nje. You grew up in Limuru, Nakuru, and just that environment, kuna venye ina influence muziki unatoa
kabisa.
Kivipi?
For one, Kikuyu, I speak fluent Kikuyu mzuri because I grew up ile dikiwa primary, I was in Limuru. Everybody spoke Kikuyu. Ni vile nilienda Nakuru, watu wanaongea Kiswahili because Nakuru is much more metro.
And it's mixed.
Yeah.
People are mixed there.
So when I went to Nakuru, it was a bit like a culture shock. Unajua ile Kikuyu ya I mean Kiswahili ya Wakikuyu, ile you're not able to differentiate between L and R.
Yeah.
I used to be like that.
Okay.
The first time I went to. So nilikuwa nashindwa watu wanacheka nini when I speak
in Swahili sasa.
Yeah. So nikakuja kujua kumbe Kiswahili changu kuna vile niko na shida ya matamshi.
Kiswahili chako kinatatanisha.
But then nikashindwa, this thing of people looking down on people just because they have an accent. I don't know where that comes from, kwa sababu that means huyu mtu anajua language ingine. Ni kama tu Mfaransa aongee English. Wa utacheka. So why laugh at a person speaking, tuseme ni Mulunje anaongea ile Kiswahili ya funny.
Mimi ndio nasikia nikao unaniongelelea.
Tunaongea Kiswahili mbaya, watu wanakuchekelea. You're not it's just that you come from there. Anyway, that shaped my music sababu I've seen that Africa is going, it's like the future of everything. Even the music, hata watu wa majuu saizi wanatukopi kwa videos nini, wanafanya collabo. Sisi siya tunaenda kuwatafuta, wanakuja Africa
pia wanatutafuta.
Exactly. So we have to embrace our own.
Okay. So that's why you moved from just doing English Swahili songs to can I say purely do your crafts?
I can still do Swahili and English, but after the videos and all that, zitaka African. I'm not going to maybe copy Beyonce. Hata nikivaa kitu ya Beyonce lazima nitakuwa na Kiafrika mahali.
Itakuwa na Kiafrikana. So that's something that you say that in as much as of course we need to perhaps be more dynamic and embrace that actually, and also accept that, you know, also the Western culture, it plays a part. Tukubali tukatae kuna venye
westernized.
But to some extent, let's not forget that we are Africans. And someone would ask, how do you balance this two? Why I'm saying that is because also a lot of fans would say, even when we look at our Kenyan music, especially in the secular space, we've lost our culture. Maybe how the lyrics look like, how people create that content, the kind of videos, dressing, it's more Western. So how do you balance?
I think I'm just being myself. Mimi ni demu wa mashamba. Nino Limuru niko kwa majani. So it comes more naturally to me. Being an African, to be an African is not siati nitajipanga ndena tu nichukue kitenge vitu tu kawaida.
So and wengine when they're really coping a lot and you know maybe even losing their roots and losing their culture, what do you think they need to do?
Sometimes I even think it's not like they're trying to copy. It's just that it comes natural to them. Maybe wamezaliwa Nairobi, mashamba wanaendaga maybe once wakifunga shule, siku shule zifungwi. So imagine hajaona kitu ingine, anaona tu Nairobi. so that's hiyo ndio life yake mpaka music anasikiza tu za watu wenye wanafanya the same thing, westernized stuff. But so when they try to do something African, they feel like it's not real. It's like they are putting on costumes and which is still okay. So naweza waambia wa try. Yeah.
Okay. So don't lose your culture.
Yeah, culture is very important.
Culture is very important.
Mila ni mtumwa. Yeah.
All right. You had mentioned that you had also done a gospel song before.
Yeah.
Before you actually began. Okay, let me just say, before you did, the other secular songs.
Yeah.
That's why I thought that you're actually a gospel artist.
Yeah.
So then, if you did a gospel song before, why did you begin doing secular, or you just want to be contemporary?
Actually both? I don't call that song gospel. It's just a song that says kesho ni Sunday, tutaenda church. It's not like a hardcore gospel, but that doesn't mean that siwezi fanya gospel. Sometimes I feel like religious people na wasinichape.
This is just your own opinion.
Yeah, sometimes they feel like they own God. Kama wewe ni mwenye dhambi usitaje Mungu, hata ni nini unaimba gospel, weka huko kwa secular. It's like Mungu ni wao. God does not belong to anyone. And Mungu wako na Mungu wa Muislamu na Mungu wa nani, hakuna mwenye ati ni better than the other. So if I wake up today and I feel like I want to thank God, sintafanya tu gospel, but I'm not a gospel artist. Lakini I can be like, thank you God for this and this and this. Yeah.
And you see why I ask that is because of what you're trying to also bring out, that even for the audience, hata for the fans, nikishakuona unaimba secular, kuna venye si expect kukuona tena ukiimba gospel. Ama nikishaona ushatoa ngoma moja ya gospel, kuna venye si expect ukiimba kona. So but what you're saying is that it's all about an individual.
Yeah. Okay. Wewe na Mungu wako. Actually unaweza pata mwenye anaimba gospel, ukiona si tunamwona in the public, right?
Kutoka kwa pana gospel artist.
Yeah. That's why nasema msidichape. But what you see hapa kwa public, utakuwa surprised uko nyuma what is happening. Unaweza pata mtu wa gengeton mwenye unasikiaga unafikiria korafa kwa nini, then you meet him in person. Sasa zenye hayuko artist, unashindwa is this the same person? Ametulia, yani just sometimes I feel like also being an artist is like acting. Unachukua different roles, leo uko hivi, kesho uko hivi, but you have to separate yourself, your real life na hiyo usanii.
It's actually art. It's actually art.
It's
and
art.
Is this why also most people feel like pale gospel kuna double standards, just from what you're trying to describe? Okay. All right. Quite interesting. Now let's talk about let me say your first song, Kivuli. Done in Kiswahili? Yeah, tell us a bit about
way back. So nilikuwa is it grand? No, nilikuwa Ogopa DJs.
Hiyo ni kitambo.
The song is Kivuli. Nasema nitakufuata kama Kivuli. I did the video and it did well. Nilipata tu views hivi kidogo, but then pap family kaanza.
So that's what you are saying.
Hapo ndipo nilichukulia break.
Then your style of music, how can you describe it? Because unaimba Kikuyu, hip hop, how can you describe your style?
Naweza ita Afrofusion. I can do any style, muziki tu yoyote, but I have to Africanize it. Naweza chukua beat yoyote, lakini lazima ni eke hiyo Kiafrika, and also in the video nifanye the same thing. So I can say my music is African music.
You really have a lot of love for Africa. Your content is African.
It's the best place to be. Everybody wants to be here.
Everybody wants to be in Africa. Okay. Really interesting. So when you look at music as a whole, and also this is actually one of the things that I also asked our previous artists, but I believe it cuts across because it's very important. Wanasemanga kwa art, and again specifically music, the most difficult part per se, si hata ku create your content sana. Because if you feel actually you're talented, and even if you have mentors, content is not so bad, or it's not so hard to make.
In a flow too, yeah.
The difficult part, they say, is the business side of this industry.
You have no idea. Oh my God. Wow. The business side is very hard. Unajua kuandika muziki, nikiambiwa saizi nienda studio within like 1 hour niko na song. Ni release, then what? Release, it's perfect. Video iko sawa, everything is okay. But then the business side is very, very, very hard. Na sasa kitu yenye inatusumbua wasanii, sometimes we try to do everything. Wewe ndio manager wako, unajimanage, unajistyle, unafanya everything. Kwa sababu kama unataka team lazima ukuwe na pesa. But now when we have people who help us like Mr. Sweet K, wanatusaidia at least tupenye kidogo. And then ukifika unafikiria sasa ndio hapo utapumzika. No, kukaa hapo sasa penye umefika it's even harder. Because utafika and then you have to outdo yourself. Uwezi fika mahali uko mahali juu and then you start going down. Ukiwa na hit lazima ujaribu you do something even better. Yeah.
Let us try and understand, and even maybe for our viewers to also get it, when you talk about business side of this industry, ina entail nini specifically? Because for it to be the hardest part, really should be having a lot of things going on.
For one, kwanza lazima nipate lawyer. For one, unaweza ingia kwa deals zingine, you sign papers and then umejifunga for life. There's nothing you can do and maybe uache kufanya muziki.
So as an artist you sign some contracts and you don't even understand.
Exactly. You have to pay a lawyer, angalie akwambie hapa ukifanya hivi huyu atapata hii percentage, huyu atapata hivi. So that's the most important part, your business side. And it's very complicated. Kuna vitu hata ukijaribu aje uwezi understand as a msanii.
So aside from just getting a lawyer to perhaps explain to you what contracts means, because in the part of contracts I want to believe perhaps, for example, if you do collabos, when you umeandika hii ngoma, what percent are you getting when you start sharing the revenue? Mwenye nimemshirikisha anapata ngapi?
Beat ni yako.
Ikienda YouTube, views, when you get this certain number of views, how much do you get? How much do I get? If I'm supposed to, if of course I'll have to involve a producer and director and music, how much is the producer getting? Such things. So aside from those nitty-gritty of where I'll have to involve a lawyer to explain how these contracts work, what else is the most difficult part of this business side of the industry?
Well, getting your music out there.
That's marketing?
Yeah, marketing. Kwa sababu you have to know the people. Like my music ninafanya Kikuyu, so people might think lazima tu niende kwa Wakikuyu ama Kikuyu stations. No, you have to have somebody mwenye atakwambia hapana, hii style yako we can even take it here. We can do this and this and this. By the way, the next song you do, try to do this and this and this. Kulingana na environment saizi venye iko, you can write a song about this. Unaona? You plan your releases, si kuimba tu. You know, before I didn't know that. Nilikuwa tunaandika song as venye na feel.
So it means that also you need to have a team, maybe team yenye na kuguide also what to do, maybe to go with the trends. Si tu unaandika juu nimefeel okay, ni uandika ngoma za Kikuyu, na ni hip hop, na ni rap, so let me just write. So also this is again another big challenge. Then just as you try to conclude, what do artists need to do at least to break forth? Because really it looks like a big challenge for most artists, and not just even in music, by the way. Cuts across.
You know, naangalianga sometimes you see our wasanii, they are very good. You find them uko underground. Na wengine they are so bad, lakini wako huku juu because of ya kitu wenye wamefanya, wamejituma sana. You know, sometimes hiyo push vitu. So for the artist naweza waambia one thing, listen to advice. Kuna wasanii wengi sana unamwambia kitu anakwambia hapana,
mimi niko talent.
Mimi najua Kenya nafanya, nataka kufanya hivi na hivi. But I like to listen to people. Mtu akiniambia kitu hapa unafaa kufanya hivi, unafaa kufanya hivi. And then usikie watu wawili watatu wamekwambia. They are not stupid, they know what they are saying. So listen, kusikiza ni poa sana kuliko kuongea.
So listen to advice. Interestingly, even if young, that's what he said there, that it's not just about talent. wale wenye washafika pale mbele yako wanasema nini pia? They've been here before you. So listen to advice. Now as you conclude, Carol, your song Nguo Nage. Pronunciation. Nguo Nage. In Kikuyu like that. Tell us a bit about that song, even as you just finish and play it.
Nguo Nage, first of all, that word means to be seeing you. It's a romantic song and it's public kidogo. The chorus says that I saw you, I took a photo of you, I put it on a frame, nikaihang karibu na bed, ndio nikuonage. Kopi ingine nikeka kwa wallet, ndio nikuwe na kuona. Kopi ingine nikaeka kwa simu.
Yani lazima uone huyu mtu kila mahali. It's more like a love song.
It's a love song.
Okay. Mr. Director, cheza tu kama wewe sasa. Cheza kama wewe. Tuweke hiyo muziki.
CR kuona gekuhora bishote kumenya gedigimikira fure mwine wenda wakwa wothe nguhe tege kuona gekuhora bishote kumenya gedigimikira fure mwine wenda wakwa wothe nguhe Geshuria bisha kuhenorere Wonage Na kopi ege kia waretine Wonage Na wallpaper gekera dhimoine Geheta siole wakwa Na nogoteka wakwa Mwega Otoge Odene Weruhe Na wega Dako Menya todo no bwede Otoge Odene Weruhe Na wega Dako Menya todo no bwede Todo no bwede Todo no bwede Koyamani kwedete tiga ni gwetigira igiride yubura oria ndiraigua ngora ngomothe nderutere gukorera karwimbo-ini tondu haha ndingĩconoka haha nĩ homa yakwa ĩrĩ thikĩrĩria ngĩkuona ngĩkũhũra bishote kumenya ngĩthi ngĩmĩkĩra bũrĩmu-inĩ wendo wakwa wothe nguhe Ngĩkuona ngĩkũhũra bishote kumenya ngĩthi ngĩmĩkĩra bũrĩmu-inĩ wendo wakwa wothe nguhe nguonage gĩcuria mbica hakuhĩ no rĩrĩ nguonage kopi ĩngĩ ngĩikia wallet-inĩ nguonage na wallpaper ngĩkĩra thimũ-inĩ ngĩhĩta ciũrĩ wakwa na nĩgũtuĩka wakwa Otoge, odene, weruhe, na wega Ndakũmenya tondũ no